size. So the difference between a dynamic and static selection is that the dynamic will adjust itself to the size of information it receives. Meanwhile, the static will have a boundary, meaning that after a while, if you're unlucky, you will not be able to gather all the information you wanted into the list box. With that said, I'll show you how to do a dynamic selection and skip the static one. I prepared everything beforehand, so we won't make a step-by-step process here. I decided to put all the data on the row A row and made 2 list boxes. By marking the list boxes, you can change the name up here or by going to the property window. The list boxes properties can also be changed in VBA. I'll show you how later on. I decided to go by shapes rather than the inbuilt button. I just think that shapes looks better and it's not much of an extra step writing a sub or a function in VBA. So you can create a shape by going to the Insert tab and select Shapes. Change the shape's design in the Format tab and right-click on the shape to create a macro for it. So to get the information from row A, we press the button Get Data, and it will send us to sheet 1, which has a function called Values to List. Let's check it out. Here you see that I created 2 variables, last row and list value. Last row checks for the last value on row A, and thereafter I decided to clean the list boxes before I add any data into the list boxes. Then we enter a for loop that will take the information stored in row A from A2 down to A22 in this case, and store it in the left list box. Further down, I wrote some settings for the list boxes. I made the integral height to false, so the list boxes don't change size based on the amount of information they store, and also decided the height width and that it's a single select list box, meaning you can only select one item at a time. Let's go back to the module tab in VBA. Here you will find the different buttons we made earlier. Button Clear Data only clears the list boxes from any information. Button Save and Exit saves the active workbook and closes it. The other function works too. Button Right and Left both does the same thing, sends the selected item from one list box to the other one. Let's try it out. As you see, the information from row A goes into the left list box. When I press the Get Data button, thereafter, I can select one item and move it over to the other list box. I can also send it back. Clear List only gets rid of what's written in the list boxes. The selection of row A and the list's range is made dynamic, meaning that if the list becomes longer or shorter, it won't really matter.